So this time, it is a vlog. I'm gonna call it a vlog, but I kind of want to just talk more about me, what kind of person I am, and where I'm coming from, thoughts in my head. So, just a little talk. Under 10 minutes. I always keep my videos under 10 minutes. So talking more about me, and this is Raven again. Hello, Raven. Okay. So, um, so just one thing about me, I guess, to start off. I am a nurse. I work night shifts. Um, I used to rotate actually. I used to work like 2 weeks of day shift, and I'll rotate my whole schedule into night shift for 2 weeks and then go back. But now I work fully night shift. Um, and I've been doing this for what, like over 2 years now, which is kind of crazy because how can one survive on a night shift schedule for that long? And I know people do it for longer, but I just didn't really imagine myself when I first started. It's not ideal, honestly, but it's been I've been okay. I've been surviving. I see, and I've been talking. Yeah. So I'm doing okay. Um, so a little bit about like night shift and like my sleep schedule. So I kind of have the talent of sleeping anywhere, anytime. So it kind of doesn't work for most people. Night shift is definitely not for everyone. But what I do is I also have over an hour commute. So I usually sleep like on the first day of night shift when I'm like fully off, but then I go back to work. I sleep at night like normal people, but then I sleep through the day up until like 2:30 p.m. And then I wake up. I cook for my mom because she works, and it's just nice to have dinner when like you're tired from work and getting home. So I cook dinner for her and then get ready and leave the house by five-ish. So I kind of stock up on sleep. I know it doesn't really work that way, but that's what I do. And then during the like shifts, I usually clump my shifts. So I'll work 3 days in a row. Like my family, my friends won't see me for 3 days. I'm kind of in my own little like schedule. So like the second day, I'll come home. I'll get home around like 9-ish, yeah, around 9, and then I'll sleep until 2:30 again, and then same routine. And then on the last day, when I'm like working, and then I'm off in the morning, and then I'm like off that day. I usually wake up a little bit earlier just from the excitement that I'm off, around like 12, 1-ish, and then just sleep normally that night, like normal people by midnight, and then wake up, and then yeah. The one thing it's not ideal, but I do go to the gym in the morning, so waking up at 6:30 kind of sucks. And then if I don't go to the gym, my mom wakes me up to join Raven's walk in the morning at like 7, which is a little too early. So it's due to, for me, like in my natural body, but I take naps during the day. So yeah, that's like my sleep schedule. It's been okay, but there's days that are like a little bit harder than others, especially like being a woman and having like menstrual cycles and hormones. So I noticed that I sleep more when I'm like close to my period. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then so I'm kind of a rare case. I'm a nurse, but I'm also an only child. So there's not that many nurses that are only child. I don't know if it's like the only child personality that doesn't fit or what, but I remember in my graduating, or no, my new grad orientation course, they did a little icebreaker, like, oh, who has siblings, who has an only child. So there's only 2 of us in like a room full of like almost like 100 people. So, and it's kind of hard being a only child, especially because I didn't, well, of course, like it's not by choice. Like my parents just wanted me and was like over with it. But like I've always wanted siblings. I am an introvert. I like my me time, but I also like being around people at the same time. And that's kind of like why I chose nursing too. That I knew that if I'm not in an occupation where I work with people, I'll be at home just like antisocial. Like I can totally live that life too, but I I need to force myself in a way to like get out and talk to people and interact and have a social life. But I enjoy it when I do it. So like as a kid, I always had people at my house, so I played with other kids. I was always sad when they had to leave, and you know they're siblings, so I feel like I kind of felt like their fun time like continues like on their way back and at home, but like everybody leaves me and I'm like an only child, so I'm like, oh, like I'm left. So I'm just like never liked being an only child. My mom always tells me, oh, you're an only child, so you can't be spoiled. But I'm also like, it's not my choice. But yeah, so it's been interesting, and it's always awkward when people ask you about your like people try to make small talk with you. Especially like being a nurse, and sometimes I have to like walk my patients or like and take them places, and we have like a little small talk session, and they're like, oh, are you married? I'm like, no, I'm not married. I'm like, well, and I don't really tell people that I'm seeing someone, especially like it's sad, but like who knows what kind of beliefs they have. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not married, I'm single, and like I'm an only child, so I don't have anybody to like the family to talk about. So it's just like a horrible like setup for like it's setting me up for like awkward moments as in small talks. So we end up usually talking about my ethnicity. I'm Japanese, so but I've like never lived there. But like I used to visit there like once every year because my dad lives there now and my whole extended family lives there. So we usually talk about being Japanese, and it's usually like, oh, and I have a best friend who's Japanese, and her name is like Suzuki or something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Or it's like konnichiwa, or like the little like Japanese words that they know. So, but like I don't really take it offensively. It's like they're them trying to like kind of meet me halfway because I have like really nothing to contribute. So, it's usually that. And it got to the point where like back when I was living in Baltimore, I used to have my hair like just the bangs, like this front part, blonde, just so I have something to talk about. It's like, oh yeah, you have cool hair, and like, oh yeah, thank you, and then yo, you have a cool tattoo, like, so like yeah, I have to like consciously create things to like talk about and connect, and I feel like connecting with patients is pretty like important, and just makes my life easier as like even in a job, like it makes it easier when I build a trust with my patients. So I try to like kind of contribute a little bit to the small talk, even though I'm not the best at it. So yeah, today I just wanted to share a little bit about my like nursing night shift life, and that I'm an only child and I'm an introvert, but I like people. So, okay, this is the little video next time, so I will see you next time.